A bone marrow donation can mean life or death for some patients. That was certainly true for Leslie Phillips. She was diagnosed with sickle cell disease at birth, and while she never let it keep her down, by the age of 8, she was receiving monthly blood transfusions, and she was told that the only cure might be a bone marrow transplant. That's where Bianca Howard comes in. She signed up with a registry called Be the Match to become a donor, and 14 years later, she got the call to save a life, Leslie's. Earlier, I got a chance to speak with them about their shared journey. You actually met for the first time recently, and that's pretty unusual for a donor and recipient to meet. It was World Marrow Donor Day. And Leslie, I just want to first go to you. What did you say to Bianca in those first moments?
The first thing I said was just thank you for being willing to donate her bone marrow to save my life. And it was an amazing experience.
Because what has life been like for you now? How has it changed?
I'm just able to do more things, be more active, not as tired as I used to be with the sickle cell, just like a better as a whole person.
And Bianca, you hear that and you think, I saved a life, yet you don't want to be called a hero. Why did you choose to be a donor?
When I first joined the registry, it wasn't something I had planned to do. I went to the mall to donate blood, and they were also asking people to become bone marrow registry members that day. I was 22 when I joined, and I don't know that I really ever thought I'd be called to donate. So when I actually got the call, I jumped at the chance. It was like winning the lottery, to actually have the chance to help change somebody's life. It's a pretty incredible opportunity.
And it was like winning the lottery for you as well. You had some family members that were not a match. Finally, years later, you find out that Bianca is the match for you, but it was another year that you had to wait because you weren't exactly ready for this transplant. What was that year like for you, waiting?
It was just a long period of just waiting, still doing the same routine things. And so I was just ready to move forward with the transplant.
I would imagine, and you were probably ready as well. You had to wait yourself a while to find out whether or not things worked out for Leslie. What was it like to get that phone call to hear how well she's doing now?
Oh, it was great because after the transplant, there's so little they will tell you about how she's doing. So it was wonderful to meet her, but even almost as good was when I actually got a card from her, a handwritten card that said, you know, how well she was doing, and getting to see her handwriting. That was really exciting.
And, you know, we hear that marrow transplants can be very painful. Was that the case for you? Would you do this again?
Oh, absolutely. It was nothing. I mean, I had a baby without an epidural. That was painful.
Godspeed.
Giving bone marrow was almost painless. The next day I felt like I'd been tackled, but after a couple of days I was just sore. And you know, it was something that for me was, it was relatively painless, and I would encourage anybody to do it. It's not something that changes you permanently, but it's something that can actually make somebody else's life better.
Well, it's an opportunity to give life. And Leslie, if you had a chance to speak to people at home, a way to encourage them to do something similar, what would you say?
Definitely to donate. You know, you can become someone's hero by donating to Be the Match. It can change a life, it can save a life, and it opens so many opportunities for other people to have a better chance at life just with your donation to Be the Match.
And you know, Leslie, she may not brag about herself, so I will, but you're studying biology now at Kennesaw State,
Yeah.
wanting to become a pediatric doctor. For you, it must have been a lot of your doctors when you were very young that influenced you for these dreams.
Yeah, at the Aflac Cancer and the Blood Disorders Children Healthcare of Atlanta, the doctors are really helpful. They're really nice. They make sure that the patient is their #1 concern and that their road to recovery is their main focus in caring for the patient.
And I have no doubt you'll influence some young lives yourself down the road. For you, what are your all's plans as far as keeping in touch?
Well, I definitely want to hear how Leslie's doing. It's been great to meet her. It's only been a year and a half since the transplant, so I'm thrilled that she's doing so well. But I hope we'll keep in touch.
Definitely.
I imagine she'll be very busy at college, but I want to hear how she's doing and what she decides to do.
Leslie and Bianca, we so appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Take care.